Good morning, Sri Lanka. It is the 18th of April 2014. It's me, Banu Vikramasinghe, your usual host for the morning on Good Morning Sri Lanka. Well, when it comes to this show, we bring in new guests on different topics, whatever that may be, entertainment, sports, music, or any other topic that could be relevant to your day-to-day life. And today we've got Professor Chandrika Vijayaratna on the first segment, who is the president of Zonta Club. And if you don't know what it is, we are about to find out. And she is also the project chairwoman of Achievement of Women. Well, good morning to you.
Good morning.
How has the morning been so far for you?
Very good.
Very good. You're a morning person, yeah?
Yes, I am.
Alright, tell us exactly what Zonta Club is and the origins of it.
Yeah, Zonta is really a international service organization of women, women in the professions as well as in business, who have collectively been focused on one aim, and that is to empower women throughout the world, uplift their status, since women's rights are a basic human right. And this was conceived in 1919 by a very inspiring lady, a playwright and actually a librarian called Marian DeForest in the US, in Buffalo, in New York, where she conceived this idea that women should get together to empower women, not just fight for women's lib, but
women for women.
Women for women.
Okay.
So in Sri Lanka, this concept was avidly taken up by a very inspiring lady called Mano Muthukrishna Kandappa, who's still with us, who chartered this club with Lady Evelyn D'Souza as its first president, and that was way back in 1966-67. So we have had a long innings, Zonta Club 1 of Colombo, but right now the message of Zonta has spread throughout the country, and we have 5 clubs, 3 in Colombo, 1 in Kandy and 1 in Negombo, and all with a group of very committed ladies, women in the business as well as profession, varying from many professions. And it's a very good mix of committed women who do lots of things, ranging from empowering the marginalized women to microfinance, education, health aspects, and lots of issues from young girls to the elderly throughout the life cycle, as it were.
And I think in Sri Lanka it's quite doing well, I should say, in comparison to the world. Or how do you see that?
Absolutely. I mean, women, the focus on women is very encouraging in this country, but still there are lots of areas that need to be addressed, and that's what we are doing. And the fact that there is greater participation is itself a winning point. And there are actually the South Asian region, the entire world, there are about 1,200 clubs in 63 countries with over 30,000 members in the world who belong to Zonta, but the South Asian district to which belongs India, Bangladesh, Nepal and Sri Lanka, we have a couple of clubs, but the strongest seems to have been Bangladesh and Sri Lanka.
Well, that's great to hear.
Yes.
Over the decades, do you see a load of improvement that has been taking place in Sri Lanka when it comes to women's rights?
I should think so, but still there is a lot to be done, particularly in aspects like gender-based violence.
Okay.
It is not just physical, but there are lots of aspects, psychological, which needs to be addressed by multiple sectors. It's not just women. And therefore we are working towards them with those who take on the policies of women's rights and equality, and therefore we feel that we can play a role particularly in advocacy and service.
Alright, having said all that, every 2 years there is a big event that you all focus on, and that is the Women of Achievement, where 18 categories are taken in and winners are chosen based on for women. Women for Women, as you say. Tell us about it, and this is going to be on the 25th of May 2014, so we're counting days for it, and it is not too late to apply, I would say, yeah?
That's it. We would like the maximum number of applicants, and this is an open process. We advertise the entry coupons in the newspapers, and this time something that is new is that we are advertising and seeking applications in all 3 national languages, English, Sinhala and Tamil.
Which was not the case last year.
No.
Alright.
And therefore we are looking towards even a wider group of women applying. They cannot apply by themselves. They have to be nominated by someone who knows about their work and achievements, and they cannot be members of Zonta clubs who can nominate them. So it's an entirely open, transparent process, and we have an independent panel of judges who are again not Zontians and who include usually men as well. And it is really based on selection criteria that have been pre-formulated in the different categories.
Okay, now just for the persons out there who don't know exactly what this is about, if you could define and explain a little bit more on what Woman of Achievement is.
Well, Woman of Achievement is really giving a place to recognize and felicitate women who have excelled in their chosen fields. It may be food and agriculture, it might be medicine, law, social work, policy, administration, environment, the arts, and so on. And what they have to do is really to identify and highlight what their achievements have been in their special areas, particularly in terms of their own education to service, and particularly those of national importance. So they have to be based on work and achievements in Sri Lanka, and they have to be in nationals of our country, and those the categories would be decided by the judges as to where they would fit, but they can choose their own field which they think they belong to, because the 18 categories are identified in their entry coupons. And sometimes all the categories are not awarded by the panel of judges.
Why is that?
Because if they do not really achieve the expected level of achievement.
So there is no compulsory winner as per se. You need to perform adequate and meet a certain standard.
Yeah, absolutely right, yes.
Alright, so have there been, now for example last year, were there any categories which were not awarded?
That's right, we did not have certain categories such as tourism and you know, and I'm sure there are people who are out there who may have missed this opportunity, and just as a point of correction, we have this only once in 2 years.
So a couple of years back.
Yes, almost 2.5 years back. So I'm just hoping against hope that, you know, we have as many applicants as possible, so that we can able to award and recognize women who have done things out there in all these areas.
And I think, Professor, what we need to set the record straight here is that this is not just about not just a competition in Sri Lanka, but it creates some sort of a platform for them to be international leaders. You want to comment on that?
Yes, I would like to, because Zonta is a word that, you know, still maybe Sri Lankans are getting used to, because it's not a, you know, they ask what is this word, but it really comes from the Red Indian Sui language, which means honesty and trustworthy. And if you go out somewhere and you look up the net and find that there is such a club, a Zonta club, in any country you visit, we often make links with them. And we are well recognized, particularly in Europe and in the US, because it has been so long standing. And Sri Lanka, the Colombo Club, has been in action for the past almost 50 years, so 5 decades of service. It's something quite prestigious to have a Zonta Woman of Achievement Award, I should think.
Well, just another 2 months more for that, and actually 1 month more.
1 month.
Because this is in May. So we're going to talk more with Professor as time goes on, but do not forget that this is an amazing show, just if you're a woman obviously, that it will be an opportunity for you to showcase what you are capable of doing and maybe become a potential future leader of Sri Lanka and then go on to become a leader in the world. We're going to take a short commercial break and we'll be right back.